next guest is Mr. Greg Davis, the marketing manager for the Lexington Public Library. Welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Fox.
Well, now, everybody thinks, okay, what's the Lexington Public Library have to do with healthcare? Well, I guess it's all about reading. If you can't read side effects, you can't read doctor's instructions, and the library's here to help us do that.
Absolutely. You know, people be surprised to find all kinds of reading materials if they're not accustomed to using the library, but you can come to the library and find all kinds of books, fiction and nonfiction, about health care. I was thinking about a little boy who's broken an arm. It's the first time he's had a break, and it's so neat that his family brings him to the library to find a book about another little boy who's broken his arm. So he not only learns about the disease state, he learns to read, and he kind of gets to feeling better about his state. So there's all kinds of health care information you can find in the library, both fiction and nonfiction.
There's all kinds of things that the library does, too.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Anything that you can find in our bricks and mortar locations, you can find on our website now. All the electronic resources we have. You can check out a hard copy book, or you can check the same book out on your iPad or your Kindle or your Nook, whatever that might be. Magazines, movies, music, all of that's available in hard form or in electronic form.
Now, you were also telling me there's some educational videos that you can watch.
Yeah, lots of people are familiar with a resource called lynda.com, and it's usually something that people have to pay for individually, privately, but the library's paid for that, and we make that available to all the card holders that we have. And there are something like over 4,000 instructional videos on there. A lot of them are about health care. A lot of them are about healthcare occupations, disease states, anything you want to know. There are instructional videos about that and available online on our website.
Now, you said card holders. Okay, you just told me a story. That card you can check out books with, but there's also a little story about you can make your bike run better with it.
You make your bike run better with it. The little boy that used his library card instead of a baseball card to make lots of clicking sounds on his spokes like a lot of us did as kids. So lots of uses for a library card.
Now, there's also some volunteer opportunities for the library.
We do. We have lots. Our Friends Bookseller is a long-standing volunteer group within the library, and they sell books that are donated and sell them at a very, very low cost. And we use that money to fund things that are not taken care of in our normal budget. So that's a great volunteer group we have. We have a group called Book Buddies, and that's like having a personal shopper. If you're a shut-in, you're too ill, too immobile to get to the library, we can hook you up with a patron at the library, actually a book buddy we call them, and we match you one-to-one. That person comes to your house, learns your reading interests, comes back to the library, picks out books for you, then brings them to you. So it's really a wonderful personal shopper service that the library has. We also have a group we call Spellbinders, and these are senior citizens that we train to become storytellers. And they become certified storytellers after the proper training. We put them out in schools, in mostly public schools, but sometimes private schools. And the purpose of that is, again, to create an interest in reading among children. So once they hear a story that just really piques their interest, they want to know, where can I find that story? Where can I read more about that? And our Spellbinders are trained to tell them where they can find it in the public library. So that's, again, just an encouragement to read.
Well, I can also tell you from personal experience, the booksellers, I get a lot of my books down there. I mean, they have excellent books at great prices, and the selection is really good.
It's a great selection, you know, and people are really accustomed to donating to the library and bring them to all locations.
Now, you mentioned locations. All over town. Tell us where they are.
Well, we have Central Library, of course, is the central location. We have Northside Library on Russell Cave Road. We have Beaumont Library there in Beaumont Center. We have Tates Creek, which is on Tates Creek Road and Walden Drive. And we have Village Branch, which is on the corner of Village Drive and Versailles Road. And the new location is our East Side Branch, which is a replacement branch for what used to be our Eagle Creek Branch that was across from St. Joe East Hospital on Eagle Creek Drive. It's now on the corner of Palumbo Drive and Manowar Boulevard, called East Side Branch, and it's a much larger building, much greater access than our Eagle Creek Branch had. So many more amenities for people to use. Great meeting rooms, great maker space for people to come in and make things, get dirty. So we've got some wonderful spaces.
You can just call the library to make use of those.
You can. They're free. Call. If you need a meeting room, you call 231-5500. Just ask about meeting rooms. They'll hook you up with whichever location you might want or tell you what meeting rooms are available throughout the system.
Well, that's great information, and the public library is a great, great resource for the people of Lexington.